Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana continues to move in this pattern here. It looks a bit like a channel or an ascending wedge pattern. Obviously, we've got Solana move here in this larger ascending price channel and this ever extending third wave apparently. Okay, there are two wave counts that I'm observing, mainly as per the last videos as well. So either the yellow wave count, which could get one more high here, possibly towards, well, $79.50 is the breakout point. The next level to watch will be 93. Yeah, I'm not saying it will definitely get to 93, but that's the next main Fibonacci level. And so far, Solana has respected these nicely. I mean, you see, the ideal target for the third wave, or the first ideal, I mean, it's not just one ideal target for a third wave, but that was the 1.38 extension. And we've seen how long the price maintained just below that level before it broke out and then was sort of dancing around this fib and getting rejected by this fib. So these are being respected. One more high is possible in the yellow wave count as well. Shared that with you yesterday. And I have to maintain that perspective as long as the price stays above the last swing low, which was basically the low of the wave 4, here at around $63.60. This level needs to hold, and then against that level, one more high in a C wave is possible. If you're wondering why ABC, that just has to do with the situation that this last extension, which I call a fifth wave, it is basically a diagonal pattern. You have overlapping price action, just too much overlap, and the subwave structures are three-wave structures. So from that point of view, perspective has to be that this is a diagonal, especially because the fifth wave is typically, well, it's not typically a diagonal, but it can be a diagonal. So it all fits together. And also looking at the momentum reduction, I mean, you see the positive momentum is reducing. That often is a case of a diagonal pattern. And in a diagonal, we have 5 waves, yes, and these subwaves are corrective, which means these subwaves are three-wave structures, and therefore it allows for one more extension. Doesn't need it, okay, it doesn't need it, but it allows for one more extension. And that reaction yesterday to the trend line allows us to understand that Solana might really go that way of one more extension higher. I should say at least one more high. But, you know, it's proven quite helpful, I think, to take an approach that's like, you know, we are very cautious that a pullback in wave 4 could occur. I know a lot of people are watching and waiting for that deeper wave 4 pullback as soon as wave 3 is finished, while at the same time just simply following the trend. I always give you the levels that need to break to really confirm that a move to the downside has really started. That key level, the wave 4 low, hasn't broken yet, and we want to go with the trend until the market really clearly tells us that the third wave has finished finally. So while being cautious and while being watching for a pullback, it makes sense to follow the trend as long as the trend has a chance. And the next main fib level, as I said, to the upside is at $93. Now, looking at this subwave structure, if we assume wave 5 is an ABC structure, it allows us to also calculate a target based on that subwave structure. We take the length of the A wave, go to the low of the B wave, and it takes us to the 100% extension level as very first target. That's at $83.65, so basically round about $84. Would pay attention to that level. The next level after that, and these are really like smaller degree fib levels that could have some relevance. We've got $88.11, $91. And that obviously up there we've got the $90.90 level, and then also the $95.80 level. They have very good confluence with that larger degree $93 level. Okay, that's basically measured based on the larger cycle and the larger degree structure. So it makes sense to follow the trend. This C wave is a valid assumption as long as the B wave low is holding. That's at $67.20. Below that level, I have that $63.60 level, and below that level will depend a little bit on the structure, but I would assume that this fourth wave has finally started, but we will need to look at the structure then. It's a constant. If we look at microstructures, it's a constant and dynamic assessment of probabilities, especially when we don't have clearly impulsive structures. And but you know, on the larger time frame, nothing's changed. So the structure on the larger time frame remains completely unchanged. We are watching the micro to understand basically when that wave 4 pullback has started or is starting. The white count is more aggressively bullish, even allows for a more direct pathway towards $113 plus. But first of all, let's see if the yellow wave count plays out. And if we then see further extensions, it would be the white count, which is even more aggressively bullish, but I haven't got clear evidence for that at this stage. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.